Good morning, parents. I wanted to let you know that we are now studying division using just the standard algorithm. So we're going to continue to go back to some of those division strategies we've used before, but now we are focusing just on division with the algorithm. So hopefully this will help you a little bit more when you're working with your child, because this is the way that most likely you learned how to divide and how I learned how to divide. So let's take a look at an example. So using just the standard algorithm for division, let's take a look at two digits. So 74, let's divide that by 4, okay? So if I have 7 tens to start with in 74, I want to think how many times can 4 fit into 7? So what I told the students is we can start counting by 4s until we get close to that number, and then that's the right amount. So if I count by 4s, I got 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. I already have too many. So I know that there's only one in each group. So 1 times 4 equals 4. We multiply the quotient times the divisor, and then I subtract it. So if I multiply 1 times 4, I subtract 7 minus 4, and that gives me 3 tens left over. And I told students to visualize 3 tens and 4 ones, creating 34 ones. So again, we do the same thing here. I start counting by 4s, and I think 4 times what equals something close to 34. So here we go, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. That is 8 in each group. So if I have 8, I multiply by 4, and that was 32. I go ahead and subtract 34 minus 32, and I have 2 left over. So the answer should be 18 remainder 2. But let's go ahead and check. We check by multiplying the quotient by the divisor, and then I add 2. So 18 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7. There's 72, plus my remainder gives me 74, and that's what I started with. All right. Let's go ahead and try another one. How about 31 divided by 5? Okay. So this is an example where if I look at the 3 tens and 31, I cannot split those 3 tens into 5 groups. All right. So what I told the students is I have to visually think about this as 31 ones. Okay. So if I think about that, the whole number here is 31. Now I can think how many 5s fit into 31. So let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that is 6 times. So if I multiply 6 times 5 is 30. Now I want to point out to you also that notice where I put this 6. I put it above the ones place because we're actually talking about ones here. So if I multiply 6 times 5, I get 30. I subtract, I got 1 left over. The answer should be 6 remainder 1. If I multiply these together, 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 gives me 31. Okay, so I want you to work with your children using this division algorithm, just for them to practice. They have to get used to being able to subtract and then, recording all of these things. All right, so these types of things they're getting better at, but they need continue to practice at home. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Blooms. Have a great day.